Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something truly strange, a beautiful and complex poem that reads less like something written and more like a signal, a transmission beamed in from some other reality.
So let's start with this idea. What if the universe was trying to send us a message? Not in words, but in a code made of numbers and sounds. How would you even begin to decipher something like that? Well, that's exactly the journey we're going on today.
And this is where our transmission kicks off, with this one simple foundational idea. Sound began as one. It seems so basic, right? But from this single point, we're about to see an entire poetic universe just explode into being. The work is called Symphony of Numbers and Sounds, and that name is our roadmap. We're going to break down this cosmic symphony, piece by piece, starting with the very code it's written in.
Okay, so to get a handle on the strange landscapes and even stranger messengers we're about to meet, you first have to understand the basic physics of this reality. And it's all built on a set of 4 perfectly symmetrical number sequences. Think of them as the source code, where each one has a very specific job.
First up, we have 171. And this is defined as a vector of light. So don't just see it as a set of digits. No, you have to imagine it as a fundamental force, a brilliant, directed beam of energy that just cuts right through the emptiness. This is the code for pure movement, for clarity. Then we have 262. This one represents an underground current. Now, if 171 was that visible flash of light, this is its complete opposite. It's a hidden power, an energy that flows completely unseen, shaping things from below. It's the code for secrets, for intuition, for all that hidden influence. After that, we get 353, which creates a resonant loop. This isn't a straight line of light or some hidden river. This is the code for echoes. It's a vibration that repeats and reinforces itself, creating the rhythm and the cycles of this entire universe. And finally, our fourth code, 444. This one forms a stable gate. So in a world that's buzzing with light vectors, secret currents, and looping echoes, this is the code for stability. It's the anchor, it's the constant, the doorway that holds the whole beautiful, chaotic symphony together and gives it structure. So when you see all these codes laid out together, it becomes really clear they aren't just numbers. They're the active, living physics of this place. You've got light, you've got hidden energy, you've got resonance, and you have stability. This is literally the blueprint for everything we're about to encounter.
All right, so we have the code. What kind of world does it actually generate? Well, it's a totally surreal landscape, one that feels like it's blending something ancient and divine with something sleek and futuristic.
On the one hand, this world feels incredibly old, almost spiritual. The poem tells us that God still echoes through the walls, which suggests this lingering divine presence that's literally haunting the architecture. But then, in the very same breath, we get this. Fiber windows shine through time. And right there, that's the central tension of this whole world. It's this amazing clash of images, where you have ancient gods and futuristic fiber optics existing in the same space.
And this weird, beautiful mix just keeps going. One of the most striking lines in the whole poem is, "A pelivan walks on a photon." Now, a pelivan is a traditional strongman, an acrobat from the Balkans. So just picture that, this figure of raw, ancient strength, performing this impossibly delicate feat on a single particle of light.
Even time itself seems to follow a numerical rhythm here. The poem describes this growing path of numbers, 25, 26, 27, 28, and then it says this simple progression is the heartbeat of space. It's like the universe is literally ticking along to this count. So here's the crucial idea. In this universe, symmetry does not sleep, it sings. It's not a passive state, it's an active, creative force. And that code for stability, 444, it comes back again and again, like a chant, a rhythm that holds this strange, beautiful world in balance. So who actually lives in this world of singing symmetry? Who's sending and receiving all these messages?
Well, the answer is maybe the strangest and most fascinating part of the whole poem, the messengers themselves. I mean, just look at this contrast. It's absolutely stunning. In one column, you've got cyborgs and mail delivered by a light pigeon. That's pure science fiction. And in the other, you have Ganesha and Vyasa, these major figures from Hindu mythology, both tied to writing and epics. It just makes you wonder, what on earth are they doing in the same reality?
And pay attention to what they're doing. The ancient gods aren't just sitting around. They are actively using the world's new technology. Ganesha, the scribe god, is writing in smoke. The epic poet Vyasa is whispering directly through the digits, through the code itself. The ancient and the future haven't just met here. They've completely merged.
So, this entire symphony, all the codes, the landscapes of light, the cyborgs, the gods, all of it has been building towards one single, final, cryptic whisper.
After this old journey through bizarre numbers and impossible imagery, the transmission narrows down to a single focused point. The final word is coming from that ancient poet, the one who's been speaking to us through the digital stream.
The final message, whispered by the poet Vyasa through the digital stream, is this. U is the beginning and the end and the echo. Wow. I mean, what a perfect paradox. This whole cosmic symphony, which started with the number 1, it all resolves into a single sound that is somehow the origin, the finale, and its own repetition all at once.
Just take a second to really think about that. The poem builds this massive, complex universe just to have it all resolve into this looping, unresolvable idea. An echo isn't really an end, is it? It's a repetition, a continuation. The final message seems to be that the end is just the beginning of the signal bouncing back to you.
And so, this explainer ends right where the poem does, with an echo. After decoding the numbers and seeing this world, we're left with a final transmission that just turns back on itself. The signal has been sent. The only question left is, what does the echo say to you?